Hey everybody, this is Frilioth and welcome to another Minecraft video on the AlphaCraft server. Right, before we get stuck into today's episode, I just wanted to show you the Nether Tunnel that I've been working on over the past couple of days. And I think it looks pretty fantastic. Actually, I'm really pleased with it. So let's grab a boat and I'll show you how it works. I'm sure you've seen these bad boys before, but boats on ice are really quick. And I can get from my nether portal up to the main tunnel in no time flat. Here we are, main tunnel. And then if I go that way, it gets me to spawn really quickly. And if I want to go back down to my base, it's going to be difficult to... I tell you what, it's hard work trying to drive a boat on ice. But look at that. They're in no time flat. So we'll put that away again. So I wanted to show you that. Also, now you know that we've recently built the ice farm. We'll just have a quick shufty through at the ice farm. Just down there actually, that portal links me through to the swamp where there is a witch hut. So we'll be playing with that later. But I just want to go through here just for a second, just to see if it does it. Because I want to show you something. Ooh. I picked up all the ice. Clearly not, because I need lots of ice. Right, I've found on occasion, and it's caused me a problem it's caused me a problem in the past. Once I go through this portal, every so often it was putting me on the roof of the Nether, which wasn't great. So let's see if it does it again now. Yeah. It's done it again. So what I've had to do is I've had to dig out a little area on top of my portal because it's been spawning me on the highest point above my portal, and above here it's obviously all solid netherrack, and it's been putting me on the roof of the Nether. So I've been having to kill myself to get back. Well, I have to kill myself once to get myself back down again, which is not great. So now I'm carrying a bit of obsidian and a flint and steel just in case it does it again. But since I've hollowed this out... Hello, fella. Since I've hollowed this out, it's been spawning me on here. But I'm going to probably use that to my advantage. Or is that a bit cheaty? Let me know. If I fill this back up with netherrack, I'm going to come back through the portal and it's going to put me on the roof of the Nether. And then obviously I'll make myself another portal up there, which will get me back down again. But it's going to allow me to get onto the roof of the Nether. Now let me know if that's exploiting a glitch or if it's cheating. So I'll leave that one up to you. So what I want to do now, today, the main project for today... Hello mate. You alright fella? Ah! How many times have I come past here and you don't give me mining fatigue? And today, you've given me mining fatigue. So what I want to do today, which I'm not going to be able to do straight away now with mining fatigue. Is it dark outside? It's dark outside. I haven't brought a bed. I can't sleep. Where are you, fellas? There you are. Right on cue. What I want to do today then, once it's got lighter, is to get up on top and actually get one of the vats working properly with source blocks of water in it and bubbling and completely finished because it needs to be done, and so far I haven't done it. So that's what I'll do. I'll wait for it to get daylight, they'll get up on top and we'll see if we can finally get one of the vats looking like a vat. Okay, so it's daylight. Let's get up on the roof. That's not going to miss. That's going to... Look at that. I am rubbish with these things. Uh-oh. Not so sure about that. Why don't I just go outside instead of messing about like an idiot? Throwing ender pearls about like a commoner. Right, we'll get in here. I'll fill it all in with netherrack and drain all the water, and then I've got to get down the bottom onto the magma cubes. I'm going to put a line of ice. Now we've got loads of ice, so I'll have a column of ice and then miss a gap, then a column of ice and miss a gap, column of ice. It's going to take a lot of ice, going to take a lot of time. And then on the outside, I'm going to put a line of sea lanterns. And the sea lanterns should melt the ice, which means I'm not going to be inside with water and mad fish. I think it's a brilliant idea. So let's see if I can get in there without dying to start with. I think we've got it. Fabulous. Now we just need to get rid of this netherrack, get myself down the bottom. Okay, so now we've got all the ice in all the way around. I'm hoping that where would be best to put this? Where would be best to put these sea lanterns, do you think? What's the light level around here? Light level of 13. That might do a few actually. Let's try them here to start with. Excellent, that's melting quite a few. So this might not take me... Obviously I'm going to be able to recycle the sea lanterns anyway. But I might be able to do this without having to mess about too much. I've also got, which I should have shown you before the Guardians were coming back in again. I've also got hoppers in the middle now. That's going to be my ink filter. If we get squid in the farm, then in the past the ink would fall down and get burnt in the lava. Now I'm hoping that it'll get picked up by those hoppers and get shot down into the sorting system. But to be honest, so far I've not seen any squid in there. Look at that, the bubbles. If this works, I am going to be super pleased. Okay, well it's working, but it's not quite working the way I wanted it to work. I was hoping there'd be a lot more bubbles than that, so I'm guessing that a couple of those columns of water haven't filled up with source blocks like I was hoping they would do, so I might actually have to get in there now. Look, you can see in the middle, I don't think the middle's filled up at all. I was hoping that they'd all create source blocks around the outside and then flood into the middle, but it doesn't look like that's happened. And I can't remember the last time I slept, and I'm a little bit worried about phantoms. However, I've got buckets of water. And I've got my trident just in case. So I shall get up to the top and see if I can spam a few buckets of water in there. Oh yeah, look at that. None of the middles, it's not flooded in the middle at all, has it? Which is a shame. Thanks, Murph, I appreciate that, mate. But I can't reply because I'm busy. I've just... Hopefully now... I'm hoping this has worked. I've had to cover most of the top with... whatchamacallits. And now I'm just trying to flood the entire floor. And then hopefully this will trickle down and everything will work like it's supposed to. I've got water source blocks at the top. I have. So let's see if we can get rid of these things. Are they bubbling all the way down? Are they? Or are they not? They're trying, aren't they? They're trying, but I don't think all of them are bubbling. Oh, that's a shame. Oh. Well, if this is what it takes, then this is going to be what it takes. And a rethink for the next vat, clearly. Is that Smurfer down there? Oh, that was close. Oh, get up there quick. Oh, that's a problem when you've only got Mickey Mouse pants on and you don't have, and you've got an elytra. Okay, after a lot more messing about than I thought it would take, I finally got it working. Now, I don't know whether it's my render distance, whether it's my viewing distance, but you can't really see that. I was kind of hoping you could see the bubbles from over here. But you can't, well, you can just about see them. It's not bad. In fairness, it's not bad. I was hoping for more bubbles. But it's not bad. So now I need to get up on top. I need to get rid of all of the sea lanterns. Yeah, I should get rid of them really, shouldn't I? They don't do anything being there. Yeah, I can do that. So I'll get up on top and then we'll have one last look at it and then move on to something else. Okay, so all the lights are off, all the netherrack's out of the way, and it's working fine again. And it looks okay. I don't mind the look of that. Would have liked it to have been bubbling a little bit more, but beggars can't be choosers, and it looks okay. And it certainly works. There's no denying that. I am hoping though that I'm going to get some squid. It'd be nice to get some squid ink in there. Excellent. Now all I've got to do is build the other 3. Crikey. Okay, so Smurf and I have been off doing a little bit of work in the Nether Tunnels. We've been replacing the compressed ice, the compacted ice, the packed ice, whatever you want to call it now. We've been replacing it with regular ice because pigmen can spawn on compact ice. And we don't want pigmen spawning in the tunnels. So we've been in there replacing the compressed ice with, I'm going to call it all kinds of different names, sorry. We've been replacing the packed ice, I'll call it packed ice, in the tunnels and the netherrack underneath it with snow and then regular ice. So it looks nice, and now pigmen can't spawn on that ice in the tunnels. So we've been doing that for a couple of hours or so, a day or so. And then I decided to come back here and do a little bit more work in the Guardian farm. Now in the last video I was complaining a little bit that the portal that I put there didn't quite fit in with these item elevators that are shooting the items up to the filters and the storage system around the top. And to be honest, I had a bit of a brain freeze, didn't know what to do. Well, you guys have come to the rescue. I really need to thank James McGee and Raspberry Baloo, who came up with pretty much the same idea, or very similar idea. And it was to move the portal back a couple of blocks and put some water flowing downwards in front of it. So that's what I've done. And it looks fantastic. I know I could trust you guys to come up with a better idea, but that looks much better. So thank you for that, guys. Really appreciate it. So a bit of work has been done in here. I finally put the ceiling in. like that. Bit of texture, I like that. I've used kelp blocks on the floor. It seemed to be the only block I could find that went with the prismarine. So I've used that. Bit of recessed lighting, bit of stairs to give it a bit of texture. I'm liking the look of that. You guys, I'm sure, can come up with a few more ideas. I've changed the top for I forgot what they cyan. Changed it for cyan glass. I had a discussion with, oh look at that, I've missed some blocks up there. Darn it. Draymond Smith's going to know what I mean. I've got to get up there and sort that out. I've replaced the the light grey glass, sorry, up there with cyan glass after a discussion with Smurf, and yeah, I like it. I think it looks okay. The light grey glass made it look too much like the water is just floating in midair. That actually looks like a tube now, a water tube. So I'm liking that. So that's what's happened down here. All pretty decent, I think. But have a look what we've got up the top. Look at that. Number 2, built. Now, the bubbles are nowhere near, and I'm sure it has something to do with my OptiFine or my video settings or something, because when I move only a few blocks away, the bubbles disappear. But, hey-ho. I know they're there, so once I'm close enough, they're okay. They do what they say they're going to do. I have tried replacing the magma with soul sand. Now, the bubbles are a little bit more pronounced, but those guys, the old guardians, whiz up to the top, get stuck at the top. Now at the bottom, when they get stuck at the bottom here, they tend to move after a couple of seconds. They don't stay there very often. He's going to prove me wrong now. He's going to make me out to be an idiot. Move. They don't seem, alright, the rest of them don't seem to stay there for too long. Once I had the soul sand in there, they were stuck at the top. They couldn't move, or they rarely moved. And it meant that I had 15 or 20 guardians stuck around the top, which was obviously affecting the spawn rates in the middle. I think Smurf must be on by a guardian temple. I'd like to think he would be. Maybe he's not. But anyway, they're up. The 2 are in. I've just got 2 more to do. I'm loving it. And back down the bottom again. Yeah. No ink yet, by the way. No squid ink, by the way, which is a shame. But it's obviously working really well because I'm getting loads of crystals, and I've got loads of sea lanterns, and I've also got a shulker full of sea lanterns. I've given a shulker full of sea lanterns away. We're getting loads of drops. So that's that. What I want to do now is go back to the Stronghold Base and start working on a few more of my farms. I'm now getting some half-decent trading villages into the trading hall, but I don't yet have a decent sugarcane farm and a decent pumpkin and melon farm for my farmers, so I really want to go and get those sorted out now. So I'm going to grab a bit of gear and I'll meet you over in the Stronghold. Okay, so we're back over at the farms, and these guys are still working a treat. They are good eggs, aren't they? So he's my wheat fella, and I've got my carrot fella. When I'm not within, I think it's 5 chunks. I can't be exactly sure, but the crops still grow, but the farmers stop working. The villagers stop working, so you'll tend to go away and you'll come back and there'll be a field full of crops. They're obviously bone idle when there's nobody watching them, but that's pretty standard. So you do have to be within, which is the beauty of the one chunk farm, because you can be within a few chunks of the farm, and all of the farms stay active. Whereas if they were spread out, they wouldn't. And here's my potato farm. The same problem with this guy. He farms like a little Trojan when I'm here. When I'm not here, they just, you don't care, do you? I don't care. I know you don't. So this is where I'm going to be putting the... I think we'll put the sugarcane first. And then we'll build the pumpkin. I don't know whether to have a pumpkin and then a melon one. I might do that. I'm not short of space. Normally I'd have a pumpkin and then a melon in the same pod. But I'm not going to do that actually. I'm going to have one specific pumpkin and one specific melon. Why not, I hear you say. So what I need to do first, because unfortunately rails at the moment don't go on glowstone or sea lanterns. I can't put rails down here. Yeah, I could change those for jack-o'-lanterns and then I would be able to put rails on top of them, but to be honest, like I said, I'm not short of a little bit of space, so I'm not that worried about it. So I'm going to cover the floor with stone. Okay, well I've lobbed some lines down, I've lobbed some rails down, I've put a bit of stone down on top as well, and I've got the mechanism in for unloading the minecart. I might mess about with this. I've tried to compact it as much as I can in order for me to get the most amount of rails, the most amount of sugarcane in the farm. It's slightly different from the one chunk tutorial I did because this uses the new observer mechanism rather than a couple of observers with redstone dust down the middle, which makes the mechanism twice as wide. So this, I should be able to get more sugarcane in the farm. It's just all-iggledy-piggledy. And if you don't know what that word means, you're just going to have to look it up. I'm probably going to have a couple more rails in the middle. It's going to be a suck it and see kind of thing. I'm going to try and put a couple more in there. But from the front of the farm, all you're going to be able to... Oh my word, jump boost. I'm all over the place. I had a beer, Phil. Was that a beer? So from the front, this is going to be the front. From the front, all you're going to be able to see is a line of sugarcane from the beginning. So we've got the water, we've got a bit of light, we've got a piston, we've got 3 observers. That observer detects the growth of the sugarcane, which fires that observer, which fires that observer, which fires that piston. Very simple. Again, I'm sure you've seen it a million times, but as soon as the sugarcane grows to the top, that piston fires and breaks it. It falls down onto the dirt, which is then picked up by the hopper minecart, which makes this 100% lossless. Can't beat that. Brilliant. So we'll have... I'd like to get another one here. Not sure if I'm going to be able to because of this unloader. I'll play with it. But anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing now. So I'll build all of this up now and hopefully get all of the middle sorted out, and then by the end we'll have a working sugarcane module. Okay, I'm quite pleased with myself actually. I've been able to stick another line of sugarcane down here with the water down here because I've managed to stick in or work out how to stick in a slab there and drop the redstone down by 1 block and still get this to work. So I've got a solid block or a slab above there which will allow me to put some more of the contraption on. So I'm quite pleased with myself. So yeah, I'm messing about now. Let me finish sticking all of the sugarcane in. Otherwise we'll never get this finished, will we? Okay, so I've got the rails in now, and I think I've also extended it slightly outside the chunk because I'm below ground and it doesn't all have to be inside one building. I've actually incorporated this side of the wall. So as you can see, that's the chunk border. I was hoping to stop it, or normally I would have stopped it here, but because I'm underground and I've got access to a little bit more room, I'm utilising it, and it's just a little bit more than a chunk, which is no biggie. So I've got the water in, I've got the rails in, the minecart's running around all nice, the unloader works, everything looks to be okay. I don't think I can get any more sugarcane in this area. And if I can, it's only going to be the odd 1 or 2, so... Yeah, I thought it'd stop working there. So I've just got to stick in the mechanism now. The contraption for breaking all of the sugarcane. Okay, we're halfway there. And we're not even living on a prayer. And I've put a bit of glass down at the bottom. We'll have a run around the bottom once it's all finished, but at the moment I'm in the process of just sticking all the observers above the top that's going to detect the growth of the sugarcane. And I'll go inside after I've done this and put in the rest of them. Oh, don't want one there, do we? So although this is a long-winded way to do it, and jump boost is an absolute dream, I wouldn't be able to do this without jump boost. So although this is long-winded, it's going to be well worth it in the end. Okay, so they're all in, everything's in. I need to do a bit of lighting up on the top, but I can do that in a second. I just want to have a quick shufty in here now just to double check. I need to make sure that there are observers across the top of all of the sugarcane, and all of the sugarcane is planted. Brilliant. And we'll just get up on top now and have a last look up there. Looks like everything's in place. And there's a lot of observers, isn't there? This takes a lot of observers, but it's well worth it in the end. So we'll drop back down here again, stick a bit of glass over the front. And we'll call this bad boy done. Nowhere to stand to show it off to its full glory, but there you go. So we're going to have to call it a day for today then, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have enjoyed the episode, please don't forget to leave it a like. And if you've really loved it, don't forget to subscribe for future videos. This is Frilioth in my new sugarcane farm. And I'm out of here.